Wasatch Front. Tooele's a little bit cooler at 54. Plenty more sun to come back around today. Fewer clouds. Rain chances go away. It's going to feel like a much hotter day. Temperatures ending up still below average. That's 92 in Salt Lake, but still upper 80s. All that sun. It's going to feel like that hotter day. Even more heat set to come, though. Let you know when that's here, how hot you get, and even maybe some humidity and storm chances. We'll talk monsoon. Utah's most accurate forecast in the 5 o'clock hour. Good Morning Utah, starting right now.
And now at 5, a man in Mill Creek robbed at gunpoint. Hear what the suspects took and who police are looking for this morning.
And firefighters work to put out a brush fire in Holiday. See how far it spread and how long it took to put out the flames.
Plus, controversy continues against Utah's Inland Port Authority. See what protesters will be demanding from lawmakers today.
Live from Utah's first TV station, Good Morning Utah at 5 starts now.
Good morning, Utah. I'm Rosie Nguyen, in for Emily Clark.
And I'm Brian Carlson. The time is 5 o'clock on this Tuesday. New this morning, police are searching for 3 people behind an armed robbery in Mill Creek. Police say they robbed a man at gunpoint walking near 13th East and 42nd South. The victim says just after 2 a.m., someone inside a black car pulled up, pointed a gun at him, and demanded his backpack. Police are looking now for 2 men, possibly Arabic, and a white woman inside a car, possibly a Honda. The group got away with the victim's bag and his phone, and police are trying to use that phone to find them. And overnight, a brush fire broke out in Holiday near 56 South and Wasatch Boulevard. That fire burned about 5 acres before firefighters put out the flames. It briefly shut down Wasatch Boulevard for about an hour. Crews monitored hotspots throughout the night. No homes were damaged, and the cause of that fire is under investigation this morning. Firefighters responded to a brush fire near the NSA data center in Camp Williams last night. They say flames burned about 10 acres before firefighters quickly put it out. Firefighters say it's a good thing that area isn't as dry, or the wind could have spread those flames a lot faster than they did.
This time of evening, usually you have a little bit more wind pick up through here, and where it was downhill, flames travel up, so it climbed the hill pretty quick. The wind helped it along.
Now, firefighters think that fire started at a small construction site nearby, but the official cause is under investigation. And all of these fires are keeping firefighters busy. They fear it may only get worse as our vegetation continues to dry out.
Firefighters say things like the dry, dead grass can be highly flammable during this time of year. ABC4's Jason Nguyen joins us live in Holiday. Jason, there's been 2 fires there along Wasatch Boulevard in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, Rosie, there's been a fire right around 56 South, and there's been another one close to 62nd South, right along Wasatch Boulevard here. And Unified Fire Authority tells me that they have been on a wildfire or brush fire for every day in July and nearly every day for the last month. Most recently, most of the fires that they were on were caused by fireworks, but it is now illegal to set those off until the 22nd. And firefighters say some of the focus is going to be on drivers to make sure that their chains are off the ground while hauling trailers and not flicking cigarettes out the window. Another thing that they're asking drivers not to do is park their vehicles on the tall, dry grass.
Some areas have major wildland incidences going on, and as temperatures continue to rise, the summer relative humidity stays low. This creates for really combustible fire conditions.
Now, firefighters also tell me if you're going out camping to make sure that your fire is completely hot and it's not hot to the touch. U.S. Forest Service says that more than half the fires last year were started by humans and they're all preventable. Unified Fire Authority says that they believe that this fire season is going to be a continuous one, and they're just hoping that folks help mitigate some of these fires, and because they're all preventable. I'm Jason Nguyen, live in Holiday, ABC4 News.
All right, thank you, Jason. And we're now getting a better look at the area recovering destroyed last summer during the Dollar Ridge fire. It burned nearly 70,000 acres near Strawberry Reservoir. Yesterday, wildlife officials toured some of the sage-grouse areas for the first time since it burned. In those high elevation areas near Highway 40, you can still see burnt aspen trees and sagebrush. But wildlife officials say the vegetation in that area is growing back naturally all on its own.
I think recovery up here looks really good. Like you can see all around, this area burned. It's coming back nicely. The grass is looking good. The wildflowers are great. There are a few issues. We can see some thistles right here.
Now, wildlife officials say they'll likely focus on reseeding in other areas with erosion concerns like the hillsides near Strawberry River.
Happening today, the debate continues between residents and the city over the future of the old Cottonwood Mall site in Holiday. The city approved a $560 million project to build a mixed-use residential and commercial on the 56 acres of land. But some residents have been unhappy with the idea, saying the development will create high density and more traffic problems for the city. A commission meeting is set for tonight at 7 o'clock to discuss the proposal that was approved in 2007. Also happening today, the fight against Utah's inland port continues. Demonstrators plan to gather at the Salt Lake City and County building at 2 o'clock to demand the immediate cancellation of the inland port project. The plan would develop the northwest side of Salt Lake City for a warehouse, distribution, and manufacturing. It's expected to increase traffic to the area. Protesters want protection for the land and the communities who will be disproportionately impacted by the project. Those impacted include people living on the west side of Salt Lake and members of the Ute, Shoshone, and Goshute tribes. The faces of millions of Utahns are being scanned by federal agents without your knowledge or consent, according to a new report. A bombshell report from the Washington Post states FBI and ICE agents have been scanning your driver's license photo through facial recognition programs to look for suspects. A law professor says this prompts privacy concerns for everyone.
I think it's more of, do people feel that this harms them in some way, or at least potentially harms them? Do people feel that their privacy is being violated? And if so, then it seems appropriate for the legislature to take action.
The Utah Department of Public Safety, which oversees the driver license division, says 1,900 requests were made not just by federal, but local and state law enforcement agencies. Only 49 of them were made by ICE, and only 10% of those instances actually resulted in a positive hit.
Happening today, sentencing continues for the co-founder of the Sundance Film Festival on charges of aggravated child sex abuse. Arrest records show 71-year-old Sterling Gray Van Wagenen sexually abused a young girl back in 2013. Police say the abuse lasted for 2 years when the girl was only between 7 and 9 years old. According to the website Truth and Transparency, he admitted to molesting another child during a recorded conversation with his alleged victim. Van Wagenen can serve 15 years to life in prison. And a man in West Valley City was critically injured who was hit by a car yesterday near 31st South and 52nd West. Police say the 67-year-old man was walking his dog when all the drivers headed east stopped for him. However, a driver going westbound did not. That 26-year-old driver hit the man then walking in the road. The man driving the car stayed at the scene. He is cooperating with police. He was checked for impairment and distracted driving. No arrests were made. And the Utah High Patrol, a trooper there is lucky to be alive, who was hit by debris when a pickup truck rolled over the top of his police cruiser up Parley's Canyon on I-80. Trooper Riley Rugg was investigating an accident earlier near the Lambs Canyon exit on I-80 Sunday night. The driver of the truck was sitting inside the patrol car when a pickup truck, another truck, hit a tow truck, launched into the air, and then rolled on top of the trooper's car. You see it right there.
We were standing in between my car and his tow truck when he initially showed up, and he told me that his company wasn't going to be able to get the trailer, so we were looking at the trailer, and that's why we walked down in front of my car, because the trailer was down in front of my vehicle. So not moments earlier, we were standing in between his truck and my vehicle. It's a miracle that we weren't hurt. Just a mile an hour or two difference in speed could have made the situation a lot different, better or worse. And so I'm just grateful that how it happened, that we weren't injured.
And grateful he wasn't hurt anymore. Now the woman driving the pickup truck was flown to the hospital in critical condition, while the man inside the trooper's squad car suffered only minor injuries. The Utah High Patrol has released the final numbers from their DUI blitz over the 4th of July weekend, and they made a lot of stops, 4,900 traffic stops. 2,900 people were stopped for speeding. There were 521 seatbelt violations, nearly 200 crashes, and 6 felony arrests.
Tonight at 10, we go behind the badge with an officer who may be retiring from work, but not from helping the kids in his community. Officer Jerry Silva has been in law enforcement for more than 2 decades. He's also been helping kids in South Salt Lake through the PAL, or Police Activities League, for almost as long.
I feel like in my career as a police officer, I've helped people and I've helped this community, and it fills my heart.
To a couple of those PAL include cooking and boxing. Learn more about Officer Silva's involvement and his retirement next week. We invite you to join us as we meet another great Utah officers tonight on ABC4 News at 10. All right, time now is 5:09. Coming up, President Trump continues his push to add a citizenship question on next year's census. See what his next move could be. And flash flooding hits our nation's capital. See what historical documents were confirmed safe by officials.
The Jazz introduced their 2 biggest off-season acquisitions. We'll hear from Mike Conley and Bojan Bogdanovic coming up in your morning sports report.
Love the off-season moves. Now we just want to see some more post-season moves out of the Jazz this next year. Southern Utah University Cam from Cedar City. First bit of daylight, clear start to it, calm start to it. A little bit cool. 56, you might want the jacket Cedar City to get out, but Logan, 49. You want the light jacket Cache Valley this morning. It heats up. Now upper 50s to around 60s Wasatch Front temperatures this morning, and plenty more sun to come back round. Those who have to work out in it here today, it's going to be a hotter one. Temperatures going to be to the mid to upper 80s here today. It's going to take that a little bit above the mid 80s there at 85, but those who work outside, it's going to feel much hotter here today, so we got to deal with that as well. Let you know about even hotter days to come and some more rain chances that are in the mix. That'll be next in Utah's most accurate forecast.
Let's talk about your traffic this morning. We've got Murray on the sides here, I-15, 5800 south. It's early and traffic's looking pretty good this morning.
We want to keep you, our valued audience, informed of anything impacting your access to our stations. DirecTV and their parent company, AT&T, removed KTVX ABC4 and KUCW CW30 from their lineup, despite our offer of an extension to avoid this disruption. Please call DirecTV and demand they bring back your local news, Good Things Utah, and shows like The Bachelorette, The Good Doctor, and Modern Family. The number is on your screen, and thank you for your support.
Just getting started. We got the hookup. Master P and Romeo are here together. Today at 2 on ABC4 Utah.
Just stay calm. All we can do is wait for the demands.
I'll give them anything. All I want is my Gerald back.
Go ahead, we're listening.
Whatever they want, they can have it.
They want your certified pre-owned Honda. Did you hear me, Miss Stewart? It's your husband's life or your certified Honda.
How long will they give me to think it over?
Some decisions can be tough. Buying a certified pre-owned Honda isn't one of them. See them all at UtahHondaDealers.com.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce 2 of our best tires ever, just in time for summer. There's our exclusive Reputation, a high-mileage premium passenger tire we believe has the quietest, most comfortable ride ever. Or our exceptionally quiet and smooth all-season traction tire, the Open Range AT. Get up to $150 instant rebate on 4 backcountry MT or AT tires, or $50 on 4 road control passenger tires. Book an appointment today at LesSchwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
I don't know. Our relationship's just kind of boring.
You're not alone. I used to have a limited selection of shows on demand. And let me tell you, it got very boring. I got DirecTV last week, and they have more than 50,000 titles to choose from.
But what about my problems?
Classic narcissist.
What was that?
Nothing.
TV without thousands of titles on demand is just kinda TV. Don't just kinda TV, DirecTV. Sign up for DirecTV and get HBO included for a year. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Just stay calm. All we can do is wait for the demands.
I'll give them anything. All I want is my Gerald back.
Go ahead, we're listening.
Whatever they want, they can have it.
They want your certified pre-owned Honda. Did you hear me, Miss Stewart? It's your husband's life or your certified Honda.
How long will they give me to think it over?
Some decisions can be tough. Buying a certified pre-owned Honda isn't one of them. See them all at UtahHondaDealers.com.
Granger Medical Clinic. Exceptional care, one patient at a time.
They saved countless lives, served our country, but are not credited as American heroes.
They've worked hard, they gave their whole life, and I think that's what a hero is.
The Forgotten War Heroes, Wednesday at 10 on ABC4 News. Time now for ABC4 News Sports with Dana Green.
Well, we've known about these guys for weeks, but this weekend it became official. Mike Conley and Bojan Bogdanovic, the Jazz' two biggest offseason acquisitions, met the media for the first time as Jazz players in Las Vegas, and both guys are excited to embrace the high expectations this team's going to have. Mike Conley first thought he was going to be in a Jazz uniform in February when the team tried to get him at the trade deadline.
Ultimately, full circle, I'm here. It didn't work out in February, but I made it here, and it's going to be a great place for my family and I. My kids are in Salt Lake right now, my wife, so they're getting used to it as well, so we're all just very excited.
Bojan Bogdanovic could have signed with any number of teams, but picked the Jazz because of all the talent they've accumulated.
It's been a great free agency for all of us. So excited to be part of this organization and culture, and one of the deepest roster right now in the league.
Us being able to make the trade for Mike first was a little bit of an accelerant for Bojan, and his ability to see himself playing for the Jazz, for Quinn, with Mike, with Donovan, Joe, and Rudy in particular.
Factor in the additions of Jeff Green, Ed Davis, and Emmanuel Mudiay, and the Jazz have built their deepest roster in years.
I'm really just excited for the opportunity to be, amongst the culture that the Jazz have already, put in place, the foundations that are there, the players that are already there. Just want to fit in as seamless as possible.
With nearly half the roster being retooled, it will take some time to build chemistry, but the Jazz are embracing the notion that they can compete for a championship.
It's all you really want, as an NBA player, is to be able to compete at a high level.
Adding the right character, the right talent, having a great coach who can put all of this together. We embrace the expectations because we're trying to field the most competitive team that we can in pursuit for a championship.
Well, the 121st Utah State Am teed off at Soldier Hollow Golf Course. History was made as 14-year-old Grace Summerhays became the youngest female ever to compete in the State Am, and she held her own, shooting a 2 over 74 in contention to make the cut for match play. Her brother, defending champ Preston Summerhays, at the ripe old age of 16, shoots a 5 under 67. He sinks this putt and is tied for second place at 5 under. How about this shot by Tanner Eldridge in the sand trap? Works it into good position. He would drain that putt to save par. Nathan Ouimet had the low round of the day at 7 under. More stroke play set for later today. Here's what's coming up in local sports tonight. The Jazz return to Summer League action. They'll take on Portland in Las Vegas at 4 o'clock. On Thursday, the Jazz then take on Houston at 6:30. While the Salt Lake Bees are back from the All-Star break, they're also in Vegas. First pitch there set for 8:05. That's your morning sports report. Have a great day.
Well, thank you, Dana. Meteorologist Devin Lucy joining us this morning. Devin, we've been seeing warm temperatures this week, but it's actually below average compared to last year.
Yeah, the previous few years have been really, really hot. This year we've really been lucky. However, some heat's going to start to build this week. Now, not back in full force yet today. It's going to be in the bright sunshine, feeling like a hotter day. But speaking on the sports theme here, if you're going to be out in the course, getting in a little bit of chipping, maybe a little work there midday or even just on towards the driving range, it's going to be a not too bad morning midday. Mid-60s here morning hours at 8 o'clock, rising quickly through the 70s, mid-80s by noon. Upper 80s this afternoon if we happen to get a full 18 in. It's going to feel hotter there in that direct sun. So as Rosie just mentioned, we've been below average, and that's still been the day. 88, still 4 under. The average high at 92, but that is going to change quick as soon as tomorrow. Southern Utah University Cam. This is St. George. First bit of daylight starting to show, with that daylight starting to come up over the mountain east. Plan today, Salt Lake City, let's go around 60 degrees by 7 o'clock. Kind of cool to mild, depending on how you feel. Mid-80s by noon, and there are the upper 80s to come back around here today. Fewer clouds, much more sun. Morning commute, there's no worries. No rain's going to be getting in your way. You're going to reach top speeds here today. Just remember those sunglasses, those coming in eastbound here today, especially from Tooele. Morning workout right now. You can get in or out. You may be getting out for a run right now. Air quality's good, not dealing with smoke. July 4th last week, none of that. 62, and we don't have to deal with any ozone either. Looking good. So a little bit more on that running forecast. Could dip down to about 59 next hour, right back up to around 60. So maybe go for a little bit warmer running gear in some cases if you're out for that run this morning. Make sure you can be seen in these early morning hours if you are out. Air quality starting off green and good for everybody in northern Utah right now. Looking for ozone levels to pick back up later on today, and a yellow moderate day to move back. Good morning, Salt Lake City at 62. Hill Air Force Base, Syracuse and Farmington 59. Cottonwood Heights and Midvale at 59 as well. West Valley and Taylorsville, Daybreak, looking at 58 degrees. Provo to Orem, Vineyard at 59 degrees this morning. 65 Pleasant Grove, American Fork and Lehigh at 58. Grantsville, Tooele, 55 and 47, 52. Park City and Heber this morning. 45 Rock Springs to Evanston, southwest Wyoming. Malad to Preston, also working upper 40s. Good morning, southern Idaho. 63 in Moab, though, a milder start. 54 Castle Country's Price. 50 to Elko, Nevada, and 45 in Ely. High temperatures here today is really starting to heat back up. Temperatures to mid-80s in Cedar City. Got Wendover at 89. Logan, you got 83 as well. We've been speaking about that fire risk that had been there out ahead of a front yesterday. Central South Juab County, as we headed towards around Emery County and parts of even Grand Duchesne counties, had red flag warnings yesterday, so what was deemed a critical fire threat. The fire threat is down a bit here today. Still not to say that I would call it elevated. The fire risk for everybody just have not had a lot of rain in a long time, so you add that, the heat that's really starting to build, fire danger still up. Not a lot going on right here, but storm system yesterday that did drop through that front, brought in some scattered thunderstorms. Little milder air has been left in place northernmost zones. Heat still building southern zones, many of us getting into the 90s, southern Utah, 80s, central northern Utah, 70s for highs southwest Wyoming, 80s for highs southern Idaho and northeast Nevada. There's a look at the milder air that's been in place, but that's going to quickly go away. Watch that heat that really starts to build fast. Nothing to show here in the Pinpoint Futurecast forecast. If anything, a high in the sky cloud to come through. In fact, central southern Utah doesn't even find a cloud in the sky here today. Sunny skies all day long, really feeling that heat starting to build. St. George, your 7-day forecast, you've got 98 today, but 100 to 105 the rest of the forecast and beyond. Little bit of humidity and a slim chance of an isolated storm could come back Thursday through the weekend. Salt Lake City, Wasatch Front, upper 80s today, but be pushing mid to upper 90s Wednesday, Thursday. Humidity could be really felt on Friday into the weekend. And temperatures hovering mid-90s, and with a little bit of humidity, could find a slim chance of an isolated storm too. Looking for at least just a 20% chance of an isolated storm beginning Thursday.
All right, thank you, Devin. Now let's take a look at traffic before you head out the door. This is I-15 southbound, Clearfield at 700 south. You can see traffic here a little backed up on both sides. No issues reported, but give yourself just a couple extra minutes before you head out the door. Time now is 5:22. Looking to improve your credit score? We'll tell you why experts say don't cancel your credit cards. And as we head to break, we leave you with a look at our tower cam. Take a look at that. Just beautiful clear skies on your Tuesday morning. We'll be right back.
Moves like these need Pampers Cruisers 360 Fit. With an ultra stretchy waistband and 360 Fit that adapts to every wild move. Plus, up to 12 hours of Pampers protection. So anything your wild child does, Cruisers can too. Our best ever fit is new Pampers Cruisers 360 Fit.
Right now, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, no commitment. Or you can work out at home in your spacious laundry/storage closet. Or from the comfort of your own bedroom. Or surrounded by the lights of your life. Leave home at home and leave the gym to us. Get a great workout with treadmills, ellipticals, weights, free fitness training, and more. Join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment. Ends July 16th.
Have you or your spouse been struggling with erectile dysfunction? Well, now there's a breakthrough treatment that can change your life in the bedroom. Andrew Reinhardt from Wasatch Medical Clinic joining me now. Andrew, how does this work?
This is acoustic wave therapy. It uses pulsating acoustic waves that increase the blood flow naturally. Gets a guy back to normal function in the bedroom.
You said the word natural. That means no pills, no shots, no surgery?
That's right. It's totally natural, increases blood flow, so none of those things are needed.
I know how important this is to men and women who are watching. This is a huge breakthrough. I know you have a special offer for our viewers.
We do. Pick up the phone right now and call us. We will do a free consultation with our doctor. He'll dive into your medical history specifically. We'll also do a blood flow ultrasound to see if there's any blockages. No cost, no obligation.
That phone number on your screen, 801-901-8000 for that free assessment. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.
Call Wasatch Medical Clinic. We're answering phones 24/7. 801-901-8000.
For years, Jen was afraid of overpaying.
What if there's a better price?
Thankfully, she found Honey. Now, Honey always checks to see if there's a better deal for her automatically. Now, Jen is full of confidence.
We're being audited.
Yes! Sorry I'm late. I had a job interview. Nailed it!
Maybe too confident. Save time and money with Honey, the smart shopping assistant. Download it for free today.
Is it tough competing in a man's world? Maybe for the men. Lash volume that speaks volumes. Lash Blast Mascara from CoverGirl. One Lash Blast sold every 2.3 seconds.
Hey, I'm Tracy Morgan, and I'm hosting the ESPYs this year. Let's do this!
Celebrate the year's biggest moments in sports. The ESPYs, live tomorrow, 8/7 Central on ABC.
I feel like a big donut.
Many people may think the best way to stop overspending is simply to cancel your credit card. But financial experts say this could actually hurt your credit score. In today's Consumer Watch, CNN's Mary Maloney has a closer look.
Parting ways with plastic. It may seem like a good idea to avoid getting into further credit card debt, canceling your credit cards. But according to a recent survey by Bankrate.com, that's a decision people may not realize can do more harm than good. That's because canceling a card you've had for a long time shortens the average age of your credit history. And under many scoring models, that means a lower credit score. But just 42% of credit card holders surveyed know about the negative impacts, while 15% didn't think that there was any effect at all. Older generations are more likely than younger consumers to have closed accounts. 72% of baby boomer card holders have canceled at least one card. That's compared to 61% of Gen X card holders and 50% of millennials. The most popular reasons for canceling are having paid off debt, not using the card enough, and high interest rates or annual fees. Experts say instead of it helping your credit score, canceling actually hurts your number. They recommend that you should just keep old accounts open, even if you don't use them, which will positively impact your credit score. For Consumer Watch, I'm Mary Maloney.
It's a good reminder. You just can't cancel the credit card and expect everything to work out.
Well, who would have thought? I mean, that's the default route for people who want to, handle their debt and get their credit score up. And now you're hearing from experts, hey, that's actually harmful.
This is such the least understood of it. Number one, right. Nobody knows. Nobody knows exactly what goes into your credit score.
Right.
This is kind of the most ridiculous soapbox moment.
I could see the wheels turning there for a second.
This is ridiculous.
Devin, do tell me with all your knowledge.
Nobody has any clue. A few companies have absolute control of all your credit and exactly what's to come your way, and nobody knows how to do anything about it. So maybe a few people got some tips and things here and there.
Well, it's confusing. The language is confusing sometimes when you look at your credit score. It's a lot of information to take in.
There's no info there. They don't have anything that says, well, here's the things that we score on, and here's where it is. Nope, it's all hidden.
No guidance.
Nope.
I guess long story short is don't cancel your credit card and make sure you keep building that score. Don't cancel it, right?
Or you're just like
that's what we know, right?
Darned
if you do, darned if you don't.
True. Ugh. We have some good news with the weather though this morning.
That is going to be good for us here today. All right, take a look outside. A quick look at that one here at Memorial Mortuary Camp. A couple of clouds, upper 50s to around 60. Decent temperatures around the region, but you got some heat that starts to build. I'll let you know when that's here and how hot.
All right, thank you much, Devin. The time now is 5:28, and coming up, with brush fires flaring up across the state, see what firefighters are expecting as the summer continues.
I think I need one of Dad's Fight for Your Art pep talks.
It's horrible. My career is over. I might as well quit.
Jane the Virgin. Final season continues Wednesday, July 10th.
Nancy Drew.
Why does he say your name like that?
The truth is, everyone is a suspect.
Our daughter was diagnosed with scoliosis.
Lakari's right leg was shorter than the left.
Her issues were so rare.
I wanted the best treatment for my child's exact condition.
That's why we chose Shriners Hospitals for Children. They're leaders in research.
They develop advanced procedures.
Shriners Hospitals has some of the most innovative doctors in the world.
And they put all their expertise, all their love into treating my child.
Shriners Hospitals for Children. The most amazing care anywhere. I'm just a normal person who got an awful skin condition.
With uncontrolled moderate to severe eczema or atopic dermatitis, you feel like you're itching all the time. And you never know how your skin will look. Because deep within your skin, an overly sensitive immune system could be the cause. So help heal your skin from within with Dupixent. Dupixent is not a steroid, and it continuously treats your eczema even when you can't see it. At 16 weeks, nearly 4 times more patients taking Dupixent saw clear or almost clear skin compared to those not taking it, and patients saw a significant reduction in itch. Do not use if you are allergic to Dupixent. Serious allergic reactions can occur, including anaphylaxis, a severe reaction. Tell your doctor if you have new or worsening eye problems, including eye pain or changes in vision. If you are taking asthma medicines, do not change or stop your asthma medicine without talking to your doctor. Help heal your skin from within. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Time now for your pinpoint weather forecast first on ABC4 News.
Good morning, Utah. 5:30 Tuesday morning. Still a couple of clouds around, but I think we're going to get rid of the last of those. Upper 50s to around 60s Wasatch Front temperatures this morning, but in much more bright sunshine. Upper 80s is going to feel hotter than even the upper 80s we did with the clouds and the storms yesterday. Even hotter days set to come. Let you know when and how hot those days will be, and even maybe the touch of humidity in storm chances. We'll have to discuss a potential monsoon surge. That's in Utah's most accurate forecast with a 5:30 half hour of Good Morning Utah, starting right now.
Live from Utah's first TV station, Good Morning Utah at 5:30 starts now.
Welcome back. I'm Rosie Nguyen in for Emily Clark.
And I'm Brian Carlson. Good morning, Utah. The time is 5:31 on this Tuesday. And right now, firefighters are busy. Unified Fire Authority says they've responded to a brush fire or a wildfire nearly every day for the last month.
And with temperatures sticking in the mid to high 90s, it may only just get worse. ABC4's Jason Nguyen is live in Holiday, the site of UFA's latest brush fire. And Jason, firefighters say a lot of these fires are preventable.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Rosie. Firefighters tell us that these fires that they have recently put out were mostly caused because of fireworks, and they say that firework use is now illegal until the 22nd. Now, the U.S. Forest Service tells me that they saw over 50% of the fires last year in 2018 were caused by humans. They say some of those were accidents, but many of them could have been prevented. If you're camping, they're asking folks to make sure that their campfires are completely out and not hot to the touch, because that's very important in wildfire prevention. Now, drivers, they can also help by making sure that they don't park on the tall, dry grass. Chains, or make sure those chains are off the ground while hauling the trailers, and not flicking cigarettes outside their car windows.
So we're going to see more fire activity as summer progresses. People just need to stay safe with any open flames, sparks, things of that nature. Make sure they're calling us right away.
Now, one thing that firefighters are asking people not to do is fly drones over wildfires. Right now, there are 3 active wildfires in Utah, and the U.S. Forest Service says 44 different drones stopped 22 air operations last year. Rosie and Brian, firefighters say that those drones make it unsafe for the crews in the air, along with the firefighters on ground trying to put out those wildfires. I'm Jason Nguyen, live in Holiday, ABC4 News.
Thank you, Jason. Always a good reminder. Chapter. Well, we will soon know the answer to a question. Citizenship question, to be exact, and the battle over whether or not to have it on the upcoming census is brewing. CNN's John Loring reports.
President Trump's quest for a question is picking up steam. The president wants the 2020 census to ask whether responders are U.S. citizens, and his next move is expected soon.
I think over the next day or two, you'll see what approach we're taking. I think it does provide a pathway for getting the question on the census.
The Attorney General has said that an executive order is one possibility under consideration. President Trump has said that a memorandum is another.
We're thinking about doing that. It's one of the ways. We have 4 or 5 ways we can do it.
The Supreme Court recently ruled against having the question on the upcoming census, saying the administration had not provided a strong enough reason to include it.
Any move to issue an executive order or something along those lines to put that citizenship question back on the census, in my opinion, would be unconstitutional.
A citizenship question hasn't been on the census since 1950. Critics say having it may scare non-citizens from filling out the form, causing an inaccurate population count.
This is about keeping, make America, this hat, make America white again. They want to make sure that certain people are counted. It's really disgraceful.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
And we're seeing some stunning images now of a flash flooding emergency in the nation's capital. This morning, the D.C. metro area is trying to dry out from nearly a month's worth of rain in just one morning. The torrent of rainfall is washing out roads around Virginia and Maryland. Dozens of water rescues were called in for stranded drivers, some of them forced to climb on top of their cars to avoid the rushing waters below.
I was stopped at the light. Bus came through. It was like a tidal wave hit me. Boom!
Wow, and in Arlington, Virginia, a train was forced to plow through a waterfall coming down from the ceiling of a D.C. metro station. And what appears to be a raging river swamped that parking garage. Even the White House is among those seeing the signs of flooding. Electrical outages were also reported at the National Archives building. Federal officials say the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution are both safe.
According to new numbers, the U.S. has the worst rate of maternal deaths in the developed world and one of the highest rates of infant mortality globally. The Center for Disease Control says roughly 700 American women die each year from pregnancy-related complications. Experts say 3 out of 5 of those are preventable.
What's happening for too many moms and babies is that they're not getting the health care they need. That's not acceptable in the United States of America.
Senator Stabenow's plan would provide more money for hospitals to reduce the number of unnecessary C-sections and induced deliveries before 39 weeks. Both serious risk factors are linked to the rise in deaths. The Health and Human Services Department estimates that by reducing early deliveries by just 10%, taxpayers would save more than $75 million.
And right now, the U.S. Senate is considering a series of bills aimed to reduce the price of prescription drugs and improve access to health care in rural communities. Our Washington correspondent, Bree Jackson, reports how the president is now willing to let his other disagreements aside and work across the aisle for these bills.
President Trump says Americans are paying too much for prescription drugs.
Why should other nations pay much less than us?
The president tells me he's planning an executive order on drug pricing to prevent U.S. patients from being overcharged.
We're working on a favored nations laws where we pay whatever the lowest nation's price is.
Lawmakers say the rising cost of health care is hurting families, and senators are considering solutions.
Passing a package of bills together to control health care costs.
Senator Tim Kaine and members of the Health, Education, Labor and Pensions Committee say part of their plan includes bringing down prescription drug prices and expanding the use of technology in health care.
To help us better deliver health care in rural areas.
Senator Kaine tells me the proposed legislation promotes education for doctors through video conferencing. But Kaine says the proposed bill does not set aside funding to improve critical broadband service. Lawmakers want money for broadband service to be included in the $2 trillion infrastructure deal. But talks between the White House and Democratic leaders crumbled weeks ago.
I would love rural broadband. We're working on it. And I would love to have the Democrats come back and talk about infrastructure infrastructure.
The president won't give a timeline on when infrastructure negotiations will resume, but both the administration and Democrats say lowering health care costs for consumers is a top priority. In Washington, Bree Jackson.
All right, time now is 5:38. Coming up, a sneak peek release for The Maleficent Mistress of Evil. See when you can catch the sequel in theaters.
A lot of green, a lot of emerald in there. Lake Mountain, look at Utah Valley. Take a look at just a couple of clouds. Beautiful sunrise coming up. Still some lights lit up around Utah Lake. Temperature there at 65 Pleasant Grove, Saratoga Springs foreground. Lehigh and Provo, 59 degrees. Salt Lake City, though, Salt Lake Valley can be seen just to the left, 62 degrees. Got a 71 mild start to St. George and a 61 Moab. Those who have to work out in it today, well, in much more sun. We'll get rid of the clouds as we go throughout the day. It's going to feel like a much hotter day. Even though technically we might be a degree cooler, upper 80s in that sun. Could feel like it's well into the mid-90s here today. So the weather ball is red. It's going to feel like warmer weather's ahead. But even yet, hotter days will be on the way. I'll let you know when those will be, how hot, and maybe even some rain chances and some higher humidity. I'll let you know what's bringing that in Utah's most accurate forecast next.
Thank you, Devin. Let's take a look at your morning commute. Just see how things are shaping up in downtown Salt Lake. So you're looking live at I-15 here, 4th North. As you can see, no major problems out there. Roads are looking pretty good this morning. Here are your day's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Instagram is cracking down on online bullying.
It's offering 2 new features. One asks those about to post offensive comments to think twice before hitting send. The other allows users to automatically hide messages from people they don't want posting to them. And you have a new option if you need to return something you bought through Amazon.
Instead of sending it back, you can bring it to any Kohl's location where it will be packed, labeled, and shipped for free. Kohl's hopes the program increases foot traffic, which could also increase sales. Finally, a new way to hide that you're watching Netflix instead of working.
A new Google Chrome extension called the Netflix Hangouts lets you watch shows but makes it look like a conference call. One of the calls is actually the program you're watching while slacking off.
Genius.
You can watch us that same way, right?
Yes. Those are your Tech Bites.
Have a great day.
Are you overwhelmed and trying to find more motivation?
Yes. We'll tell you how something as simple as making your bed could solve some of your problems today at 9.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
It's easy to replace your tub or shower when you choose Bath Fitter. Hi, I'm Bill Booman.
And I'm Rick Booman from Bath Fitter.
From Logan to St. George, we serve all of Utah. Call now for your free in-home estimate and receive up to $450 off. It's better with Bath Fitter.
Mom, what are you doing?
Just posting some fire to my Insta feed of my brand new car.
You know that car's pre-owned, right?
You know that car is pre-owned, right? This guy.
She still thinks it's new.
She sure does. Looks like new, performs like new. Honda certified pre-owned vehicles. Find yours at UtahHondaDealers.com.
I don't know, our relationship's just kind of boring.
You're not alone. I used to have a limited selection of shows on demand, and let me tell you, it got very boring. I got DirecTV last week, and they have more than 50,000 titles to choose from.
But what about my problems?
Classic narcissist.
What was that?
Nothing.
TV without thousands of titles on demand is just kinda TV. Don't just kinda TV, DirecTV. Sign up for DirecTV and get HBO included for a year. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
It's easy to replace your tub or shower when you choose Bath Fitter. Hi, I'm Bill Booman.
And I'm Rick Booman from Bath Fitter.
From Logan to St. George, we serve all of Utah. Call now for your free in-home estimate and receive up to $450 off. It's better with Bath Fitter.
ABC4's Pinpoint Weather Team, Utah's most accurate, 8 years in a row.
Two Oscar-winning actresses play some powerful women in their latest movies. CNN's David Daniel has a sneak peek at both in today's Hollywood Minute.
You have done an admirable job going against your own nature to raise this child. But now she will finally get the love of a real mother. Tonight, I consider Aurora my own.
There is no union. There will be no wedding.
It's Michelle Pfeiffer versus Angelina Jolie in the latest trailer for Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. The fantasy sequel arrives in theaters October 18th.
I don't have a home. I can't even get a manager.
London would offer you a lot of money.
Talk of the town is desperate to do a deal with you.
You're saying I have to leave my children if I want to make enough money to be with my children? I would very much like to stay.
From one kind of legend to another, here's Renee Zellweger as Judy Garland in the first full trailer for Judy, set in 1968, near the end of the iconic performer's life. Judy debuts September 27th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Well, Disney just on a roll lately, rolling out all these new movies. Don't you feel like it, Devin? Are your kids telling you, like, hey, Dad, I want to see, like, the new Lion King or the new Mulan and now, like, the sequel to Maleficent? Like, there's just so many movies coming out this summer.
Well, the good thing is they haven't caught on to which categories, which genre, right? Disney, Dad, luckily enough, it hasn't come to that yet. So.
Right, and it looks like this week, it seems like we're going to have clear skies, but is there a chance we might see some moisture this weekend?
We could, in fact, a little bit of humidity. That's not really felt in Utah. We've got the dry air that we enjoy for about 95% of the year. One of those kind of 5% days, and a few of them could be coming back. I got to talk that little kind of monsoon surge, taking in a little bit of moisture like here, Colorado River. Running down as you head from looking east Moab. We'll have that sunrise coming up over that location this morning. Clear start to it. Not too bad of a start either. Comfy temperatures to what we'll find. Plan your day, Salt Lake City, 60 degrees by 7 o'clock. Although mid-80s by noon and upper 80s today. Fewer clouds, a couple still around this morning. We should get rid of those. That means in that bright sun, it's going to feel even hotter, even though the temperatures are going to almost be exactly the same as it was yesterday. Even with those clouds and the storms around, it was 89. We're still going to feel like it's going to be a much hotter day with that sun today. No worries on the roads this morning. No issues coming down from keeping from top speeds that'll be there. If it's playground time for the kids today, keep them cool. Make sure we've got plenty of water breaks and water bottles handy out there. Of course, sunscreen, that's the biggest deal. 78 by 10. We're already mid-80s at noon, and we're into the mid to upper 80s throughout the afternoon. Now, if you got outdoor activities planned, the air quality starting off good this morning. Slowly, ozone levels will start to build throughout the day, and we're looking for a yellow, moderate day. Maybe if it's not playgrounds, but pool time for you or kids or whoever today. I got 80 degrees by the time maybe gates open by midday, 86 degrees by 1 and 88 by 3. UV index pushing 10. That means we could have sun damage in as soon as maybe even 10 to 15 minutes. So make sure we're keeping track of what SPF you got. That tells you how long it lasts. SPF 30 minutes. SPF 60 is good for an hour. Thinking about a patio dinner tonight as you go a little bit later, maybe dinner hour in towards 7 o'clock, temperatures falling back to the 80s if you're in the shade. It's going to be pretty nice if you do want a patio dinner. You might want to take some in now because later in the week it might get a bit humid. 62 degrees. Good morning, Salt Lake City. Got at least a Magna and Kearns, and even towards around daybreak at 57. Got at least a 58 degrees as you head southwest part of the Salt Lake Valley. Let's go to Draper. Let's go to even towards around Sandy. 58 Heber, but 47 to Park City. So generally Wasatch Front temperatures outside of the Wasatch back, but Wasatch Front 50s and 60s. 49 degrees Logan, though, 61 to Moab, 56 to Cedar City, and 71 to St. George to where we stand. High temperatures here today. You'll find that heat that starts to build. Mid to upper 90s south, some 90s hitting in central Utah. Now, the fire danger we've been discussing the last few days, we had some red flag warnings yesterday. Fire danger had been deemed critical. None today, but at least the fire danger still is what I would say elevated. We still have a risk of fire from now all the way through the rest of the summer season. So just be very careful. Fireworks not in session right now, of course. Storm yesterday that dropped in a little cooler air in northern Utah is still around. A little touch that's still around, but the heat will build back. 90s for highs in Moab and St. George today. 80s highs you went to Basin. 70s highs southwest Wyoming. Malad to Preston highs to 80s, and the same with northeast Nevada. So we're still running a little bit below average there in northern parts of the zones, but sunshine and that eventual heat is moving back into the forecast. Just nothing to show here in the high-res forecast. Now, way north of Malad to Preston today, there is quite a storm. One single storm that's rolling kind of west-northwest, south-southeast. I don't think that skirts any of the viewing area. A couple high-in-the-sky clouds could come back late northern Utah. Central southern Utah here today, plenty of sunshine all day long, but the heat really starts to build. And your Toyota Bountiful 7-day forecast, St. George, taking upper 90s today. I know it's hard to say taking upper 90s because only hotter from here, 100 to 105. Might even be a touch humid end of the week to the weekend, and a slim chance of a storm comes back towards Thursday and through the weekend too. Performance hot and bountiful Salt Lake City, Wasatch Front, upper 80s. Today is the coolest day I've got because the next two are mid to upper 90s Wednesday, Thursday. Might even feel a bit humid by Friday, and there is a chance, a slight chance, 20% of isolated storms beginning Thursday, lasting through the week into the weekend too.
All right, thank you much, Devin. Let's take a look at your morning drive. We're on I-15 in Clearfield this morning at 7th South, and I believe we're trying to figure out whether this is northbound or southbound, but you can see right here, I believe this is northbound, just the direction from the camera here, but you can see right here, that middle section, you've got a couple lanes blocked off, and it's causing a lot of backups out there this morning. So if your morning commute takes you through Clearfield, we believe, again, headed northbound on I-15, you may run into some slowdowns. We're getting and waiting for an update here from UDOT to find out more on what's happening here. We'll keep you posted right here in Good Morning Utah. Rosie?
Thank you, Brian. Time now is 5:49. Chick-fil-A is giving away free food. Coming up, what you need to do to take part in the deal.
Gross alert. What happened? Could it happen to me? You all aren't going to believe how this all started. The Doctors. The Doctors, today at 3 on ABC4 Utah.
Shop the outlet inside RC Willey for clearance savings on closeouts and discontinued items.
Last year, thousands of Utah residents avoided overdraft and late fees with personal loans from Czech City. And Becca was able to get a radiator fixed so she didn't miss work. Sometimes, Czech City just makes sense.
Czech City, when you need cash. The Rocky Mountain Gun Show, July 13th and 14th at the Mountain America Expo Center in Sandy. Firearms, mags, knives, and ammo. CCW class, $39. Brick of 22 ammo, $16.95. Info at RockyMountainGunShow.com.
Seriously injured? Now, your attorney matters. Call Utah's original personal injury law firm. Call Robert J. DeBryan Associates. Car accident and serious injury cases are all we do. Call or click today for a free case review. Your case, our promise. Robert J. DeBryan Associates.
Mom, what are you doing?
Just posting some fire to my Insta feed of my brand new car.
You know that car's pre-owned, right?
You know that car is pre-owned, right? This guy.
She still thinks it's new.
She sure does. Looks like new, performs like new. Honda certified pre-owned vehicles. Find yours at UtahHondaDealers.com.
Our homemade ice cream recipe calls for just a handful of natural ingredients, like extra cream, because at Turkey Hill, simple is best. All natural ice cream from Turkey Hill. Extra simple, extra good.
Last year, hundreds of Utah residents who needed some extra cash for expenses got a title loan from Czech City, and they were all able to keep driving their cars. Czech City just makes sense.
Czech City, when you need cash.
This week, Strahan and Kiki are lighting up lunchtime.
Yes, I love it.
Plus, Jesse Eisenberg is here, and the cast of Jersey Shore joins the party. Let's go, Kiki. Lunchtime at 1 Eastern, 12 Central, and Pacific on ABC.
All right, Chick-fil-A is giving away free food today. However,
there's a catch.
There is a catch. You have to dress like a cow to get it. Now, the fast food chain is celebrating their 15th annual Cow Appreciation Day, so they're giving away free entrees to every customer who shows up wearing a cow-themed costume.
Now, how much counts is that? Like, can I just go in with, like...
a shirt with dots on it?
Even that?
No, I think that works because I saw an earlier report this morning that says you can go in with cow accessories.
That's what I see.
Right?
Like, could I go with a cowbell?
Maybe.
Can I bring a cowbell?
Right.
Like I'm a cow.
Or just the headband. The headband with the horns, right?
Maybe like just a tail.
Does
or
that
something
count?
Like that. I believe so. According to accessories, I believe that's open to interpretation.
What if I just do this?
I guess you'll find out, right?
What if I'm like, hey,
walk in with just your fingers and horns? You may have to work a little harder than putting your fingers up next to your head. Nonetheless, if you show up wearing some kind of cow apparel, until 7 p.m. today, they'll give you any Chick-fil-A, like a chicken sandwich, chicken nuggets. You just can't get a salad.
We'll give everything away.
We'll give everything away but the salad right there.
Why are the salads the most expensive or hard to get items? You would think they would encourage healthy eating.
You would think so. I don't know. That's a good question.
You know what? All the Texas Longhorn fans out there are like, oh, sweet, I got it covered.
They walk in with their
the Texas shirt.
Does this count? It's a cow.
Right? Does this count? So you go in there today. You can kids get a free meal during lunch, and it goes again until 7 o'clock. So try it out. Get a free chicken sandwich.
Devin, go test it out. Walk in there and go moo and see if they'll give you any free food. And let us know.
I'll have to take the video. You need to take the video. I'll go in with it. You know?
And we'll let our viewers know. All right, something is terrorizing walkers and runners at Denver's Sloan Lake, but it's probably not what you think. Hanging out in the bushes, swooping down, and surprising unsuspecting joggers and pedestrians is a black bird. The bird flaps its wings and makes a noise that some people just find unnerving. A bird expert says it's a male red-winged blackbird, and while this behavior isn't common, it's also not uncommon if the bird is protecting its nest.
That was my first thought. You have to have some kind of little baby birds next to that. Or maybe he's just angry at the world, right? That bird's just not happy.
Not a happy bird at all.
Burning question here is, does that blackbird sing in the dead of night, though?
You should ask.
There's always a song reference with Devin, or a movie quote.
I probably didn't even get the words and lyrics right.
Well, what is it? Give us the rest.
Take these broken wings and learn to fly.
Oh, wow.
Fly away.
It's got a message to tell the world.
Now, because I can hear the song in my mind. Take these broken wings.
No, we're going older than this one.
Even older
this is the Beatles. Blackbird
flying right over my head right now.
I realized immediately that this was a bad path I did not want to go down this morning. And I don't think anyone else, not only the crew, but everyone else watching at home didn't want me to go down there either.
Are you like a secret karaoke buff? Is that what we're getting out of this?
There are many people who tell you I have no singing talent whatsoever.
Next thing you know, you're on American Idol.
I just realized that's a high-pitched song.
Number one, I probably got the lyrics completely wrong to the Beatles' original song. And you're right, Broken Wings, learned it. There was the other one, right? The broken, right? So yeah. Anyway.
There you go.
Something I know more about in your national days of today. National Sugar Cookie Day.
Yes. Sugar cookie. Yeah.
Isn't this kind of like you go to grandma's house? She's got sugar cookies somewhere. It just seems like this is what used to be there.
Oh, yeah. You have them with some ice cream.
I can go with anything.
Anything. They go with anything.
The great thing about a sugar cookie, right?
So you got sugar cookies. Is that the only one we have today?
It's the only one we got.
I felt like there's a long pause coming.
Maybe it's because sugar cookie deserves a whole day to itself.
This is true.
That's why there's no other celebrations today, because that's...
It's just so big. You need to have one for it. But I seem to believe that there was that package that you can get. It had like the big sugar crystals on it. Remember those? They still have them?
They still have them.
The whole package. I could definitely demolish one of those today.
See, I could demolish one of those when I was younger, and as I got older, like I could only eat so many cookies before I get a stomach ache.
Did you have the reaction that I did just now? When Rosie's gotten older, how older she's got.
I blend right in with you guys. You guys look good. You guys look young.
We're 3 peas in a pod.
Yes, we're all in the same age group.
What's happening with our weather here, Devin?
Better. Heat's starting to build after today. Still pretty warm in the sun, but I'll let you know about the hotter days to come.
Traffic, Rosie?
All right, now let's take a look at traffic out there. This is 700 South, looking great. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Belle Vie Aesthetics, where experience matters. Belle Vie now offers the non-surgical skin tightening treatment, Profound. The Profound tightens skin and improves texture anywhere on your body by stimulating collagen, elastin, and hyaluronic acid, the foundation of youthful skin. It improves the appearance of cellulite and improves the appearance of acne scars. Not ready for surgery? The Profound can give you a 37% improvement with one treatment. Call us today or visit us online.
After an accident, you want a fair resolution and to simply get your medical bills covered. You need someone to talk to, someone who understands. At the Advocates, we're available 24/7 to discuss your situation. Really, call us anytime and talk directly to an attorney. We're here to answer any questions you may have. Sorry, I gotta take this. The Advocates, how can we help? Great. Oh, I'm sorry.
Call the Advocates with your injury case. 801-355-5550.
The world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate, available only on the next generation GMC Sierra. Get over $9,000 total value on this next generation 2019 GMC Sierra SLT. We are professional grade GMC.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce 2 of our best tires ever, just in time for summer. There's our exclusive Reputation, a high-mileage premium passenger tire we believe has the quietest, most comfortable ride ever. Or our exceptionally quiet and smooth all-season traction tire, the Open Range AT. Get up to $150 instant rebate on 4 backcountry MT or AT tires, or $50 on 4 road control passenger tires. Book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Daddy's just gonna see if he can find a deal. Yeah. Oh, that didn't work. One more try. Dad, just use Honey. You just shop like normal, and Honey automatically finds and applies the best savings for you, so you stop wasting time. I'm taking the car.
Buckle up. Save time and money with Honey, the smart shopping assistant. Download it for free today.
At Comcast, we didn't build the nation's largest gig speed network just to make businesses run faster. We built it to help them go beyond. Because beyond risk,
welcome to the neighborhood, guys.
There is reward. Beyond work and life, there is the moment. Beyond technology, there is human ingenuity. Every day, Comcast Business is helping businesses go beyond the expected to do the extraordinary. Take your business beyond.
Time now for your pinpoint weather forecast first on ABC4 News.
Good morning, Utah. 6 o'clock on a Tuesday morning. Beautiful sunrise. Couple of clouds here and there outside the ABC4 News studios. Temperatures along the Wasatch Front, upper 50s to lower 60s. Not that bad of a start. All the sun that's going to be out today, we're going to get rid of some of those clouds. Upper 80s. It's going to feel even hotter than that. But even truly hotter days are set to come. I'll let you know when and how hot, and even another chance of some storms, higher humidity. We'll have to discuss the first monsoon-like surge of the year. I'll let you know when that's here, what it does. And Utah's most accurate forecast with the 6 o'clock hour. Good morning, Utah, starting right now.
Coming up this hour, another brush fire flares up, this time overnight in Holiday. Hear why firefighters are urging you to use extra caution.
And police are searching for the suspects of an armed robbery. Why they hope the victim's phone leads them to the suspect.
Plus, the mother of murdered U of U student Lauren McCluskey isn't done with the university yet. Hear what she tweeted last night.
Live from Utah's first TV station, Good Morning Utah at 6 starts now.
Good morning, Utah. I'm Brian Carlson.
And I'm Rosie Nguyen, in for Emily Clark. The time now is 6:01.
And overnight, a brush fire broke out in Holiday near 56 South and Wasatch Boulevard. That fire burned about 5 acres before firefighters put out the flames. It briefly shut down Wasatch Boulevard for about an hour overnight. Crews monitored hotspots throughout the night. No homes were damaged. The cause of that fire is under investigation this morning. And right now, fires like this are keeping our firefighters busy. They fear it may only get worse as our vegetation continues to dry out.
Yeah, firefighters say things like the dry, dead grass can be highly flammable during this time of year. ABC4's Jason Nguyen joins us live from Holiday. Jason, there's been 2 fires there along Wasatch Boulevard in the last 2 weeks.
That's exactly right, Rosie. The fire that Brian just mentioned right by 56 South, and then there was another one right near 62nd South. And Unified Fire says that they've been on pretty much a brush fire or a wildfire every day for the last month. Now, most of those fires that they've been working on were fireworks related. Now, those fireworks, they're now illegal to set off until the 22nd. And firefighters say some of this focus should be on drivers drivers now to make sure that their chains are off the ground while they're hauling trailers. Another thing that they're asking drivers not to do is to flick cigarettes outside the window and to make sure that they're not parking on tall, dry grass.
Some areas have major wildland incidences going on, and as temperatures continue to rise, the summer relative humidity stays low. This creates for really combustible fire conditions.
Now, firefighters also tell me if you're going out camping, just make sure that your fire is completely out, your campfire that is, and make sure that it is not too hot to touch. The U.S. Forest Service says more than half the fires started last year were started by humans, and they are all preventable. Rosie and Brian, coming up at the bottom of the hour, we're going to talk about drones and how they prevent firefighters from putting out wildfires. I'm Jason Wynn, live in Holiday, ABC4 News.
Thank you, Jason. Always a good reminder. Crews responded to a fire near an NSA data center in Camp Williams yesterday evening. Officials say the flames spread about 10 acres when firefighters quickly put out the brush fire. Crews say it's a good thing the area isn't as dry, or the wind could have spread the flames a lot faster.
At this time of evening, usually you have a little bit more wind pick up through here, and where it was downhill, flames travel up, so it climbed the hill pretty quick. The wind helped it along.
Firefighters think the fire started at a small construction site nearby, but the official cause is still under investigation.
And we're now getting a better look at how the area is recovering destroyed last summer during the Dollar Ridge fire. It burned nearly 70,000 acres near Strawberry Reservoir. Yesterday, wildlife officials toured some of the sage-grouse areas for the first time since it burned. In the high elevation areas here near Highway 40, you can see aspen trees and sagebrush both burnt. The wildlife officials say the vegetation in this area is growing back naturally all on its own.
I think recovery up here looks really good. Like you can see all around, this area burned. It's coming back nicely. The grass is looking good. The wildflowers are great. There are a few issues. We can see some thistles right here.
Now, wildlife officials say they likely will focus on reseeding in other areas with erosion concerns, namely the hillsides near the Strawberry River.
New this morning, police are searching for 3 people who police say robbed a man at gunpoint while he was walking in his neighborhood near 1350 East and 42nd South in Mill Creek. The victim told police a black car, possibly a Honda, pulled up and someone inside pointing a gun at him, demanding his backpack. The man said 2 men, possibly Arabic, and a woman described as white were inside the car. He gave them his bag that had his phone inside. Police say they are trying to use that phone to locate the suspects. No one was injured, but again, police are searching for the 3 people involved in the robbery.
And the faces of millions of Utahns are now being scanned by agents without your knowledge or consent. It's part of a bombshell report from the Washington Post, which states the FBI and ICE agents have been scanning your driver's license photo through facial recognition programs to look for suspects. A professor of law at the University of Utah says this prompts privacy concerns for everyone.
I think it's more of, do people feel that this harms them in some way, or at least potentially harms them? Do people feel that their privacy is being violated? And if so, then it seems appropriate for the legislature to take action.
Now, for example, the Utah Department of Public Safety oversees the driver's license division. It says 1,900 requests were made by local and state agencies, not just federal law enforcement agencies. Only 49 of them were by ICE, and only 10% of those resulted in a positive hit.
A Utah Highway Patrol trooper says he's lucky to be alive after he was hit by debris when a pickup truck rolled over the top of his cruiser on I-80. Trooper Riley Rugg was investigating an earlier accident near the Lambs Canyon exit on I-80 around 7:30 Sunday night. The driver of that truck was sitting inside the patrol car when a pickup truck hit a tow truck and launched into the air, rolling over the trooper's car.
We were standing in between my car and his tow truck when he initially showed up, and he told me that his company wasn't going to be able to get the trailer, so we were looking at the trailer, and that's why we walked down in front of my car, because the trailer was down in front of my vehicle. So not moments earlier, we were standing in between his truck and my vehicle. It's a miracle that we weren't hurt. Just a mile an hour or 2 difference in speed could have made the situation a lot different, better or worse. And so I'm just grateful that how it happened, that we weren't injured.
Wow, such a close call. The woman driving the pickup was flown to the hospital in critical condition. The man inside the UHP car suffered only minor injuries. We have new details in an auto pedestrian crash from yesterday. We now know it was a 67-year-old man who was critically injured after being hit by a car in West Valley near 31st South and 52nd West. Police say the man was walking his dog when all of the drivers stopped for him except for one, and that 26-year-old driver hit the 67-year-old man. That man driving the car stayed at the scene and is cooperating with police.
The mother of murdered Utah student Lauren McCluskey isn't done with the University of Utah president Ruth Watkins. Overnight, Jill McCluskey wrote on Twitter, quote, "After Lauren was murdered, Ruth Watkins could have shown leadership and made the University of Utah safer. But she chose to be on the wrong side of history by not holding anyone accountable. Most of the police who didn't protect/care about Lauren still work there, and I expect to end her career," end of quote. This tweet comes after a week after the family filed a lawsuit against the university over their daughter's death. Happening today, the fight continues against Utah's Inland Port Authority. Protesters will gather this afternoon at the Salt Lake City and County building. They're demanding the Inland Port project be canceled immediately. The Inland Port plan will develop the northwest side of Salt Lake for a warehouse, distribution, and manufacturing. It's expected to increase traffic to that area. Protesters are demanding protection for the land and communities who they say will be disproportionately affected by that project, like people living on the west side of Salt Lake and members of the Native American tribes like the Ute, Goshone, and Goshute tribes.
The Utah Highway Patrol has released the final numbers from their DUI blitz from over the 4th of July holiday weekend. There were just more than 4,900 traffic stops, 2,900 people stopped for speeding violations, 521 seatbelt violations, nearly 200 crashes, and 6 felony arrests.
Tonight at 10, we go behind the badge, but an officer who is retiring from work, but not from helping kids in his community. Officer Jerry Silva has been in law enforcement for more than 2 decades. He's also been helping kids in South Salt Lake through the PAL, or Police Activities League, for almost as long.
I feel like in my career as a police officer, I've helped people and I've helped this community, and it fills my heart.
Now tonight we'll take you to a pair of PAL activities like cooking and boxing and learn more about how Officer Silva's involvement and his retirement next week. So join us as we meet another great Utah officer tonight on ABC4 News at 10.
All right, listen up, Chick-fil-A lovers. Happening today, Chick-fil-A is giving away free food, and all you have to do is dress like a cow. The fast food chain is celebrating their 15th annual Cow Appreciation Day by giving a free entree to every customer wearing a cow-themed costume. You have until 7 o'clock today to show up to any Chick-fil-A in the country dressed in your best cow fit. That'll get you a free entree such as an original chicken sandwich or grilled nuggets, but not salads. Children can get a free kids meal during lunch. Chick-fil-A has served 9.9 million free entrees since they started Cow Appreciation Day.
That's a lot of chicken. All right, the time now is 6:11. Coming up, a wet day in the nation's capital leads to record flooding. You look at some of the problems that rain caused. And the president is considering new ways to get the citizenship question onto the 2020 census. Hear what option he may now take.
And we're looking outside here, Southern Utah University Cam in Cedar City. There's a first little bit of daylight, a little bit cool at 56 degrees. Kind of the cooler spots, those Logan's Cache Valley, 47. Real-time temps along the Wasatch Front, anywhere from mid to upper 50s to the mid 60s. It's maybe a light jacket, but you can get rid of that quick. We got plenty of sun to be out here today. Maybe our police officers working outdoors today, maybe even Salt Lake County Public Works. Feels like a much hotter day, through the 70s quickly, mid 80s, and we're going to end up near 90 this afternoon. Let's go upper 80s. I'm going to put that weather ball red, even though technically it's not that much hotter than yesterday. It's going to feel like much warmer weather is ahead before even hotter days are set to come. I'll let you know when those are here and how hot before. Could find some more showers and storms and higher humidity. I'll explain next in Utah's most accurate forecast.
Your time now is 6:12. Let's check on that morning commute before you head out the door. This is a look at I-15 southbound at 700 South in Salt Lake City. Looks like traffic is just moving along just nicely.
We want to keep you, our valued audience, informed of anything impacting your access to our stations. DirecTV and their parent company, AT&T, removed KTVX ABC4 and KUCW CW30 from their lineup, despite our offer of an extension to avoid this disruption. Please call DirecTV and demand they bring back your local news, Good Things Utah, and shows like The Bachelorette, The Good Doctor, and Modern Family. The number is on your screen, and thank you for your support.
Hair care for Brittany Johnson provided by Before and After Salon, 801-969-0232.
Shop the outlet inside RC Willey for clearance savings on closeouts and discontinued items.
Whatever happened to the two dogs from the wildest RV chase ever? They're getting a new home. Next, Inside Edition.
Tonight at 6:30 on ABC4 Utah.
Interested in the latest medical information that affects you and your family? Every Thursday, the medical experts from Intermountain Medical Center join News 4 Utah at 4 p.m. to help you and your family be happy, healthy, and informed. That's good for Utah.
Welcome to West Wendover, Nevada, the edge of Nevada history, adventure, beauty, and entertainment. Come stay and play in West Wendover, Nevada. After all, we're right here in your backyard.
The rush of the ride, echoed laughter in the distance, not a cloud in the sky. This is what summer looks like. Can you taste it? Can you see it? Can you hear it? This is what summer feels like.
We got stuck in traffic at a construction zone, and I got rear-ended at 80 miles an hour, so I needed help. They just stepped in and pretty much took care of everything. If you're in a motor vehicle accident or situation, call the advocates.
These are the stories of the ones who serve and protect us. And when everything is on the line, they give a little more.
Police U.S. Marshals with a warrant. Come to the door.
Behind the Badge, only on ABC4 News, Tuesdays at 10. Brought to you by EMCO.
Play championship golf in Mesquite, Nevada, and pay only what the locals pay to play. Become a member of our locals club at mesquitegolfpass.com.
You're watching Good Morning Utah.
All right, so it's almost the middle of July, but it kind of doesn't feel like it, and that's because we're looking at lower than average temperatures than last year. I think we're a little spoiled this year.
It would really so. If you don't want the extreme heat, this is what you've had this year. And today, the average high temperature 92, we're still running just under that at 88. So it's been running below average, even though
Not
technically
even hitting the 90s yet.
June came in, and at least the way the official stats went, we were just a degree above the average for all the temperatures. When you add up highs and low temperatures, many times it's the low temperatures that maybe we didn't feel in the morning, you know, whatever, low temperature of the day. Those have been running higher. But yes, you are right that at least for those high temperatures, no upper 90s, no 100s yet. And we've had those in the previous years, and even some record-setting temperatures. Some heat will build, though, Rosie, and I'll let you know when that's going to come right now. 6:16, Good Morning Utah on our golf forecast, teed up by Golf Mesquite, Nevada. 65 degrees at 8, and a great day to be on the course again. But it's going to feel a bit hotter as we get towards the afternoon. Fewer clouds going to be building. I got more sunshine through at least middle part of the day through the afternoon. Temperatures ending upper 80s. And in that bright sun, you can add many more degrees. The air temperature always taken in the shade. So it's going to be a hot one on the course today, but not too bad for your golf forecast, teed up by Golf Mesquite, Nevada. Memorial Mortuary's Cam. Looking westward here from our camera shot in Cottonwood Heights, just a cloud or two, but not too bad of a start. I got 62 degrees holding steady up till next hour. Good morning, Salt Lake City. 84 by noon and upper 80s again today, nearing 90, but not too bad. Morning commute, no worries from weather keeping you down. You can reach top speeds. I don't have any rain in the forecast. There's nothing there to keep you down. Morning workouts this morning. It says morning swim, but if you want to get out for a ride, get out for a run, or just a walk, we stand at 62, and we'll hold steady from now up until 7. The air quality is good and green air right now. If it's a little bit later, you got 7 to 8 o'clock hour that you're going to be out. We'll rise those temperatures just a few degrees from lower 60s to mid 60s. Now getting outdoors today at midday, if you want to get out for a walk or another run or a bike, We're looking for 80 degrees by 11 o'clock, in mid-80s at noon, in mid-80s through the upper 80s in the afternoon. A little bit of a breeze shifts from the south to the northwest, little lake effect that kicks in. Maybe we end the day and we're thinking about a dinner with some friends out on a patio and enjoying a night. It's not too bad, a little bit hot there as you're getting just off work, or if you're meeting somebody immediately following time period. As you get towards around 6 to 7 o'clock, that real dinner hour for most, it's going to feel pretty comfortable in that shade here today. Air quality is good right now. Ozone levels tick up to another yellow moderate day to be expected, but the air quality hasn't been too awfully bad. It hasn't been the most pristine. That's not awful though. Good morning, Salt Lake at 62, 56 to Provo, 58 Ogden Hill Air Force Base, 59 Tooele Valley, 47 58 Park City Heber. Morgan's working lower 50s. Cache Valley's Logan and Rock Springs, some of the cooler spots at 47, but Ely, Nevada at 40 this morning. 59 Moab, 52 to Blanding, 56 Cedar City to 70 in St. George, and highs today. We're working most of us going back to 80s to the 90s. Rock Springs, one of the few, still stuck 70s. Now, the fire danger is not deemed critical. Had some red flag warnings central southern part of the state. Still, the fire danger is elevated. It still is up, so be very aware. Be very careful with what you got and keep the fire danger at hand and in mind. Cold front yesterday that eased through. A little bit milder air still hangs on northernmost zones. That's going to go away, though. Still 90s for many parts of southern Utah, 80s to central and northern Utah, 70s and 80s from southwest Wyoming to southern Idaho and northeast Nevada. So a little bit milder air. It's going to quickly go away to the heat starts to build, maybe even some humidity to add to the mix. So St. George, looking at upper 90s today, and then near 100, 105 the rest of the week from here on out. End of the week, a little touchy humidity could come back and put a slight chance of a storm in the mix too. Salt Lake City, Wasatch Front, upper 80s. Today's the coolest day I've got over the next 7 days. Mid to upper 90s Wednesday and Thursday, but higher humidity could put a storm chance in the forecast as well. It's only a 20% chance, but a chance of storms arrives by Thursday and lasts through the weekend too. In Utah's most accurate forecast.
All right, thank you much, Devin. Let's take a look at your morning drive. You're looking live at West Bountiful this morning. This is I-15 here, 5th South. As you can see, traffic's looking pretty light on your early morning commute. Rosie?
Thank you, Brian. The time now is 6:19. It may be hot and dry in Utah, but the nation's capital was practically swimming yesterday. We'll tell you about the problems caused by severe rain. And lawmakers are concerned about infant mortality rates in the U.S., what they're proposing to do to save babies and mothers' lives.
Oh, she's hungry. Snack attack. Open that fridge.
Go, Bullseye, go!
Hunger calls. Make way for the big cheese. See Disney Pixar's Toy Story 4.
Too many people in pain settle for a restless night's sleep. There's a better choice. Aleve PM, the only one to combine a safe sleep aid and the 12-hour pain-relieving strength of Aleve that dares to last into the morning, so you feel refreshed. Aleve PM, there's a better choice.
The cells in your body work in harmony. Like you, they get hungry. Feed them with new Centrum Multi-Gummies, specially crafted for men and women 50 and over, so you're ready for anything. Centrum, feed your cells today.
Worried about your old AC and heating system? Try the Advantage program from Barlow Service Experts. You can upgrade for one low monthly payment. There's no money down, and maintenance and repairs are no charge. Get a new home comfort system as low as $139 a month. Call Barlow Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS or visit barlowserviceexperts.com.
A little more energy, please.
I am a meerkat.
That's good. Maybe tone it down a bit. More sincerity. You're like you're in love with the lens.
I'm a meerkat.
Meerkats. See them in the movie, but they're better in real life. Now at Utah's Hogle Zoo.
Right now, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, no commitment. Or you can work out at home. From the comfort of your own bedroom, or surrounded by the lights of your life. Leave home at home and leave the gym to us. Get a great workout with treadmills, ellipticals, weights, free fitness training, and more. Join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment. Ends July 16th.
Join the Planet Fitness nearest you for just $1 down. Hurry, offer ends Tuesday, July 16th.
Hey, how you doing? We all know how it can be to go to the wrong place for car repair. And lights on again. Can you believe this? Unbelievable. So don't risk it. Get free AC checks this summer at your local AA
MCO. Miss Jimmy Kimmel this week? Tune in to Good Morning Utah every Friday for the Jimmy Kimmel Weekly Highlight. Brought to you by Hoops Vision. Better vision, more choices, more experience.
We are seeing some stunning images of a flash flood emergency right now in our nation's capital. As much as 6 inches of rain fell in as little as 2 hours. It left dozens of drivers stranded, basements of buildings flooded, including the White House. ABC's Trevor Olt is in Washington with the story.
This morning, the D.C. metro area trying to dry off after nearly a month's worth of rain in one morning.
Never seen nothing like this before. Never seen nothing like this.
The torrent of rainfall washing out roads around Virginia and Maryland. Dozens of water rescues called in for stranded drivers, some of them forced to climb on top of their cars to avoid the rushing waters below.
I was stopped at the light. Bus came through. It was like a tidal wave hit me. Boom!
The rain pummeling the area as thousands were on their way to work Monday. Commuters caught in the middle. In Arlington, Virginia, a train forced to plow through a waterfall coming down through the ceiling of a D.C. metro station and what appears to be a raging river swamping this parking garage. Even the White House among those seeing signs of flooding, and electrical outages also reported at the National Archives building. Officials saying the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution are safe. Others not so lucky. A mudslide in Potomac, Maryland, collapsing the wall of this house. And in Virginia, a hardware store owner trying in vain to protect her business.
By the time I left the basement, I swam out of it. It was probably close to my shoulder height.
The floodwaters now receding as a new weather system takes shape. A possible tropical depression developing in the Gulf over the next 5 days, likely leading to heavy rainfall from Texas to the Florida Panhandle.
Officials continue to share information about just how dangerous and chaotic this flash flooding was. In total, more than 75 water rescues have been reported in D.C., Virginia, and Maryland. Trevor Ault, ABC News, Washington.
Just incredible. Hoping everybody out there stays safe. Well, we will soon know the answer to a question, a citizenship question to be exact. The president wants the 2020 census to ask whether respondents are U.S. citizens, and his next move is expected soon.
I think over the next day or two, you'll see what approach we're taking. I think it does provide a pathway for getting the question on the census.
Now, the Attorney General says that an executive order is one possibility under consideration. President Trump says that a memorandum is another. The Supreme Court recently ruled against having the question on the upcoming census, saying the administration had not provided a strong enough reason to include it. Critics say having it may scare non-citizens from filling out the form, causing an inaccurate population count.
Right now, the U.S. Senate is considering a series of bills aimed to reduce the price of prescription drugs and improve access to health care in rural communities. President Donald Trump agrees Americans are simply paying too much for prescription drugs. The president says he's planning an executive order on drug pricing to prevent the U.S. from being overcharged.
We're working on a favored nations clause where we pay whatever the lowest nation's price is.
Now, lawmakers say the rising cost of health care is hurting U.S. families, and senators say they're also considering solutions. Members of the Health, Education, Labor, and Pension Committees say part of their plan includes bringing down the prescription drug prices and expanding the use of technology.
According to new numbers, the U.S. has the worst rate of maternal deaths in the developed world and one of the highest rates of infant mortality globally. A recent field of studies revealed the frequency of deaths has sparked a national conversation. While some states have taken action to prevent deaths, experts say many remain complacent. Raquel Martin reports on a new plan. Democrat Michigan Senator Debbie Stabenow is pushing to set national maternity care standards.
We're losing them. They're losing their lives.
The number of mothers and newborns dying from health complications in the U.S. is soaring, making America the most dangerous place to give birth in the developed world. According to the Center for Disease Control, roughly 700 American women die each year from pregnancy-related complications. And the CDC says 3 out of 5 are preventable.
That's not acceptable in the United States of America.
Michigan Democrat Senator Debbie Stabenow says the numbers are alarming. And while some states are taking action to reduce deaths on their own, she says it's time to set national standards to protect every American mother and baby.
what's happening for too many moms and babies is that they're not getting the health care they need.
Stabenow's plan would give hospitals more money to reduce the number of unnecessary C-sections and induced deliveries before 39 weeks, both serious risk factors linked to the rise in deaths. They're also linked to a rise in federal health care costs. Since nearly half of U.S. births are covered by Medicaid, taxpayers are spending roughly $48 billion a year on deliveries.
So it makes no sense, and we need to make sure we've got high-quality standards.
The Health and Human Services Department estimates by reducing early deliveries just 10%, taxpayers would save more than $75 million. If Medicaid standards aren't met, Stabenow says hospitals could lose funding. The plan has bipartisan support. Right now, it remains in the Senate. In Washington, Raquel Martin.
And coming up, hear how the Salt Lake County's library system summer reading program is taking a musical turn. See a fun activity to do at home with the kids next.
Plus, Amazon Prime Day is great for deals, but we'll tell you why some Amazon employees will be going on strike in our GMU Business Report.
As we head out to the break, here's a live look outside from our Southern Utah University camera network. You're looking live over St. George. Wait for the sun to come up this morning on a Tuesday. Your forecast first, right after this.
Imagine a good morning spent with friends. What's better than that?
Everything you need to be morning ready.
The day starts bright because we share them with you on Good Morning Utah.
Brought to you by Hoops Vision. Get LASIK. Get focused.
No one wants to go through life feeling lousy. I have been there myself. I had joint pain, a lot of brain fog, and I thought I had postpartum depression. I went into Red River Health and Wellness, and within weeks, I was feeling so much better. So if you're suffering from symptoms like fatigue, depression, weight gain, digestive problems, hair loss, or even headaches, Red River can help you. I'm here with Dr. Josh Red, founder of Red River Health and Wellness. Dr. Red, tell us how you can help.
Most people don't know why they have a low thyroid to begin with. Research is showing that 70 to 80% of people suffering with low thyroid actually suffer from a lot bigger, more complicated disorder called Hashimoto's disease. Our patients come to us incredibly frustrated because their doctors have told them over and over that their blood tests are normal, but they keep feeling worse. So we find out what's causing the Hashimoto's and create a specific care plan for each patient.
So call 866-36-RIVER today. You'll get an in-depth consultation absolutely free.
Call Red River today.
This week, Strahan and Kiki are lighting up lunchtime.
Yes, I love it.
Plus, Jesse Eisenberg is here. And the cast of Jersey Shore joins the party. Let's go, Kiki. Lunchtime at 1 Eastern, 12 Central and Pacific on ABC.
Time now for your pinpoint weather forecast first on ABC4 News.
Good morning, Utah. 6:30 here on Tuesday morning. First look from Moab. Look at that sunrise up and over the Colorado. 59 degrees is where we stand in Wasatch Front. Temperatures anywhere from mid to upper 50s to even some mid 60s to wake up this Tuesday morning. Temperatures today similar to yesterday's 89, even with the clouds and rain, but with much more sun. It's going to feel hotter today. Highs to technically the upper 80s, but even hotter days to come. Let you know how hot they will be and when. Even some humidity could come back around and storm chances too. I'll discuss what brings that. All in Utah's most accurate forecast with a 6:30 half hour of Good Morning Utah starting right now.
Live from Utah's first TV station. Good Morning Utah at 6:30 starts now.
All right, before we get to our top headlines, let's get a first look at your traffic. This is I-15 northbound at 6600 South in Midvale. Traffic moving along there nicely. No issues to report. Brian, over to you.
All right, thank you, Rosie. Here are the top 4 stories we're following for your Tuesday morning. A brush fire broke out overnight in Holiday near 56 South and Wasatch Boulevard. That fire burned about 5 acres before firefighters put out the flames. It briefly shut down Wasatch Boulevard overnight for about an hour. Crews monitored hotspots throughout the night. No homes were damaged. The cause of that fire is under investigation. And the search is on for 3 people police say robbed a man in Mill Creek at gunpoint, walking near 13th East and 42nd South. The victim says earlier this morning someone inside a black car pointed a gun at him and demanded his backpack. They were 2 men, possibly Arabic, and a white woman inside the car, possibly a Honda. He gave them his bag that had his phone inside, and police are now trying to use that phone to find the suspects. And firefighters responded to a brush fire near the NSA data center in Kent Williams last night. They say flames burned about 10 acres before firefighters quickly put it out. They think that fire started at a small construction site nearby, but the official cause here also under investigation. And the Utah Highway Patrol has released the final numbers from their DUI blitz over the 4th of July weekend. They made more than 4,900 traffic stops. 2,900 people were stopped for speeding. There were 521 seatbelt violations, 193 crashes, and 6 felony arrests. We'll have more on the 4 following coming up in about 10 minutes. Rosie?
To business news now, stock markets are opening down today, all because of one company, Apple. And Prime Day is coming, but for some, it will be a day for strikes, not sales. Here's your Good Morning Utah business report. Stock futures have been pointing to a slightly lower open this morning after Apple dragged the Nasdaq to a lower close. A broker, Rosenblatt Securities, downgraded Apple from neutral to sell, saying it expects the company to face, quote, fundamental deterioration in the next 6 to 12 months. Apple fell just over 2%. And Deutsche Bank has kicked off what it calls a reinvention by starting layoffs that will end up hitting about 18,000 workers worldwide. Germany's largest lender says it is cutting its global equities unit and cutting back on fixed income operations. Plus, British Airways has been hit with a fine of nearly $230 million after a data breach that put records on 500,000 customers at risk. British officials say the hack exposed poor security at the airline's website. British Airways says it will appeal. And Prime Day will be strike day for some Amazon workers at a Minnesota warehouse. They say they'll hold 6 hours of strikes on July 15th, right at the start of Amazon's Prime Day sales push to protest working conditions. And that's your Good Morning Utah business report.
All right, keeping kids busy throughout the summer can be a challenge, and that's why Salt Lake County's county library system wants to help. Heather Bueller's here with Youth Services. She's a Youth Services librarian, and she's got some fun ideas for your family that your kids can do at home.
Oh, easy, yes.
Yeah, keeping kids busy during the summer can be rough here, Heather.
It's really hard, especially midway through, and so we are all about trying to get people to have fun things to do with their kids all summer long.
And it looks like you got some fun stuff planned here. I don't know what we're going to do just yet, but I can tell it's going to be a good time.
Yes.
So what do we got? What ideas do you have?
Well, the library is all about more than just reading. Our mission is to engage curiosity and connect communities, and so reading's more than just one of that. Another way we want to do that is through connecting, learning, playing, and creating. And with this, a water xylophone, you can do all 4 at once.
Whoa! Well, so you have creating,
learning.
Give me that listing again.
Creating, learning, playing, connecting.
Connecting, and just stimulating the brain over the summer.
And you'll see that a lot of these things can connect very, very easily. And so this goes for a wide range of ages and is scalable for the youngest child up to preteens. So
we're making our own water xylophone. Cool. All right.
Yep. And so we're just going to it's easy as just pouring water into a jar. Doesn't even have to be the same height.
Okay.
This is so
it's a little leaky.
It is a little leaky.
It's all right. The jar still works.
See, the nice thing about the library is we try and find things that are duplicatable at home, and we are just about as approachable as we can get. It's like,
now I notice you've got different sized jars and you're pouring, it looks like roughly the same amount of water in each jar.
Yes.
How much of a difference does that make? The jar size and the amount of water you put in there.
The volume is going to change the tone, and so don't tell your kids about how it's going to do it. That's all part of the experimentation, but roughly if you keep it at the same level, it'll go down in pitch based off of how big the jar is.
Okay.
Ceramic or glass work. Glass resonates better, but again, let them experiment.
Right, okay.
Let them experiment. This is all about that. And you can also experiment with different size tools. You can use metal spoons, wooden spoons. Let them grab a stick outside.
And make sure you're not hitting the other kids with it. But nonetheless, you want them to have something in their hand they can start hitting the xylophone with.
Precisely. And so, again, just by doing an experiment, it's kind of harkening back to your own childhood. And so it changes pitch.
They did. Every single one was different. You've done this before.
I have done this before.
Okay, so all you do, and then let the kids go to town on this and play with the different jars.
Yep, and then they can add water, change it, and we have food coloring if we wanted to. I don't know if we have time to add those, but
well, we have about a minute left. While we're doing that, why don't you tell me about? I know you have a recording studio coming up that you're putting into the county library system.
Yes, in Magna we are opening a music recording studio where anyone can come in and record and edit their own music, vocals, podcasts, anything that they see fit to create. And so we are also having 2 Create spaces. We're having 2 libraries open up next year, one in Kearns, one in Daybreak, and they're going to be outfitted with Create spaces as well for everyone just to come in and create, learn, play, and connect.
So it sticks with that stimulating the mind theme, right? Where music helps you learn.
Always.
I love that. And see, you've got all the color right in there. You've got to play. I want to play.
You want to play this? Yeah.
So
Beethoven's
where can people go online to get more information here, Heather?
Just us at thecountylibrary.org, and you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, any other place, and yeah.
There you go. We're hitting all the musical notes here with the County Library in Salt Lake County. Talking with Heather Bueller here. You got the information on our website, abc4.com/GMU. Heather, thanks for being with us this morning.
My pleasure.
All right, Rosie. Back to you.
Just makes you miss being a kid. Thank you, Brian and Heather. Well, the time now is 6:37. Coming up, we take a look at the deadly flooding going on right now in China. Details in stories you missed overnight. And as we head to break, we leave you with a look at the Byrider Cam over downtown. Just look at the sunny and clear skies in store. Devin Lucy gets back after the break with your full pinpoint weather forecast.
Good morning, America. Coming up on GMA, we've got a huge celebration here in Times Square. The entire World Cup winning Team USA, they are here live. And we've got a homecoming celebration like you've never seen before. That's coming up right here, only on GMA.
Brought to you by Doug Smith Ram, with locations in American Fork and Spanish Fork.
Today on GTU, Bohm is here to talk about summer's hottest shoe trends.
This is fake news. This is your brain on fake news. Did you know you can check to make sure a story is fake or not in less time than it takes to cook an egg? Check your bias and stop and think before you just fry the brains of everybody on your feed.
Seriously injured? Now, your attorney matters. Call Robert J. DeBryan Associates. Call or click today for a free case review. Your case, our promise. Robert J. DeBryan Associates.
When searching for an expert, you'll find there's only one. Right now at Service Experts Heating and Air Conditioning, get $50 off plumbing service.
Call 866-EXPERTS.
At Smith, we've got more ways to save on all the fresh foods you truly crave. Great sales, digital coupons, and fuel points that really add up. At Smith, saving is easy.
It's easy to replace your tub or shower when you choose Bath Fitter. Hi, I'm Bill Booman.
And I'm Rick Booman from Bath Fitter. Bath Fitter brings the showroom to your home and helps you choose the perfect tub or shower for you.
Installed in as little as 1 day by our Bath Fitter team.
Bath Fitter guarantees the best price and the best warranty.
From Logan to St. George, we serve all of Utah. Why call anyone else? You must call now for your free in-home estimate and receive up to $450 off. It's better with Bath Fitter.
Hey, how you doing? We all know how it can be to go to the wrong place for car repair.
And lights on again. Can you believe this? Unbelievable.
So don't risk it. Get free AC checks this summer at your local AA MCO.
Have fun with model trains at the National Train Show. This once-in-a-generation show comes to the Mountain America Expo Center, July 12th through 14th. Over 2 football fields worth of trains of all types and sizes fill the center. This show has it all: manufacturers, retailers, seminars, and more. There's a free riding train for kids, a hands-on play area, and a giant Lego railroad. Bring the whole family to the world's largest train show. For discount tickets and more info, visit giantshow.com.
Welcome to Faith and Fury. Thank you for listening to Give Me a Mulligan.
You know, you have your family, you have your friends.
Good Sunday morning, and thanks so much for joining us.
Click on the podcast, download it, and listen to the whole show.
Time now for Utah's most accurate forecast with Devin Lucy, Weather Rate certified 8 years in a row.
We're just talking about some of the things we used to wear as kids.
Clothing of choice this morning is what it is.
And I don't know what you're having the kids dress at here for as you get out the door here this morning, but they don't have to worry about going back to school, obviously.
For some, for most.
So shorts, t-shirt, flip-flops, swimming suit for the pool.
There you go.
all summer approved weather here with what we've got in the forecast.
There's going to be a couple of spots. You know, still want a jacket to be had here this morning. I'm looking at Ely, Nevada, even Logan this morning, Cache Valley, even towards southwest Wyoming. Besides that, temperature's going to heat up fast, even in those cooler areas. But you want some serious summer heat to make a return? Maybe you don't. But no matter what you want or don't, it's coming your way. 642, good morning, Utah. Southern Utah University Cam, St. George, clear start to the day. Let's get the downtown Byrider Cam. You'll see a couple of clouds over Salt Lake City, but a great sunrise. Great start to this Tuesday. I did mention those temperatures, a little bit cool in some areas. We'll get to it. Salt Lake, cool to mild, depending on how you find it. 62 in Salt Lake at 7. But already, look at this, mid-80s by noon and upper 80s to be coming back around here today. Even though with the clouds and the storms around yesterday, we still hit 89. So technically, it might be a degree under that, but with the sun, I think it's going to feel like a hotter day. Commute forecast, nothing keeping you down from top speeds. No rain to be had here today. You're able to reach those top speeds again. Morning run, if you happen to be out right now, it's a good green air quality start to the day. This is the best part of it. It's your coolest part of it, too. 62 holding steady now to next hour, and then back up 65 here by 8. Thinking of that swim, and Brian was mentioning the swimsuits at the pool today. If you're thinking about a midday swim, this could also double as going out for a walk or just out for a ride too on the bike. 80 degrees by 11, mid-80s by noon, and mid-80s to upper 80s by 1. Wind will switch a little bit from the south to the northwest. A little bit of a lake effect breeze will kick in. Let's end the day with maybe a dinner outside on the patio, one of our favorite spots outside. Temperatures will be slowly dropping from the upper 80s into the mid-80s, but if you're in that shade, it's going to feel much better. Air quality is good right now. Expected to be a little bit of an ozone elevation level day, so yellow moderate air quality. Those that are highly, highly sensitive, be aware of it. Pollen's been up. This has been the case all season long. The mold spores have been high. Has not been one day where it's dropped below that. So if you're one of those where the mold gets you, don't forget those nasal sprays. 58 degrees in Ogden Hill Air Force Base to Farmington to Syracuse as well. 56 to Provo Vineyard. 62 good morning Salt Lake City. West Valley to Cottonwood Heights. 57, 58. Morgan, Park City, Heber. 48, 47, 57. Mentioned those cooler spots. Ely, Nevada, there at 40, 47 Logan and Rock Springs. Those are where the light jacket could get it off quick as the sunrise will get those temperatures up fast. 58 now Moab at 70 in St. George. Now yesterday, some red flag warnings were up for a deemed critical fire danger. Now those are gone today. It doesn't mean the fire danger's just gone away. It's still there. I'd still say it's elevated in nature. Let's take a look at the satellite and the radar together. There's been a couple of clouds around. Storm system yesterday is actually a little bit north-northeast. You can see it's drawn through the cold front and it's left a little bit milder air in place northernmost zones. Heat's still there in southern zones. We're into the 90s for highs to Moab, Bluff, St. George, even 90 around Kanab. Highs to 80s to East Carbon, Price, to even Uinta Basin. Delta, Richfield, and in Salt Lake City in the Wasatch Front, highs to the 80s. The same with southern Idaho and northeast Nevada. Little bit cooler, still 70s with a little milder air still sticking around from Evanston to Fort Bridger to even Kemmerer to maybe even Rock Springs. Bigger picture, though, that front and the milder air is going to be overtaken by the heat very, very quickly. Nothing to show in the high-res pinpoint futurecast forecast. Maybe northern Utah finds a few high-in-the-sky clouds late. The central south, plenty of sunshine to be had today. St. George Toyota Bountiful 7-day forecast, upper 90s today, but look at 100 to 105 from Wednesday through the end of the week to the weekend. Little bit of humidity could build back and even bring a slight chance of a storm. Wasatch Front, Salt Lake Performance Honda Bountiful forecast. Upper 80s today is the coolest day I've got. Mid to upper 90s Wednesday, Thursday, and again a little first monsoon surge of moisture for the year could come back. Little higher humidity could be felt, and a slight chance of storms begins Thursday and lasts through the weekend too. In Utah's most accurate forecast.
All right, thank you much, Devin. Let's take a look at your morning commute and say good morning to Taylorsville. This is I-215, 4700 South. Traffic's looking pretty good. As you can see, clear as a bell out there this morning. Rosie?
Brian, let's take a look at what's been happening while you've been sleeping. Parts of southern China have been slammed with rain for 2 weeks straight. 61 people are reported dead. More than a dozen are still missing. According to Chinese state media, people are trapped by raging water, working against landslides and power outages. Should a person's text be responsible for someone else's actions? Well, that's a question the Supreme Court may soon be tackling. Michelle Carter's lawyers have filed an appeal on her involuntary manslaughter conviction. A judge determined that Carter's text persuaded her boyfriend Conrad Roy III to take his own life. The case has raised questions about free speech and how much effect written or typed words should have. The Department of Homeland Security has requested to call up to 1,000 Texas National Guard troops to assist Customs and Border Protection. Texas Governor Greg Abbott has consented to use of the National Guard to support CBP, but the Pentagon has not yet approved the request. If approved, the troops would represent a significant increase in the number of U.S. troops providing support on the border.
Happening today, Chick-fil-A is giving away free food, and all you have to do to get it is dress like a cow. The fast food chain is celebrating their 15th annual Cow Appreciation Day. So that means they're giving away a free entree to every customer wearing a cow-themed costume. Today until 7 p.m., you show up to any Chick-fil-A in the country, you dress in your best cow fit, and you get a free entree like an original chicken sandwich or grilled chicken nuggets. The only thing you can't get are the salads. Children can get a free kids meal during lunch. Chick-fil-A has done this for a number of years, and they've served 9.9 million free entrees since they started Cow Appreciation Day. So go out to Chick-fil-A.
It's a lot of free meals. The Utah Highway Patrol have released the final numbers from their DUI blitz over the 4th of July holiday weekend. There were just more than 4,900 traffic stops. 2,900 people were stopped for speeding violations, 521 seatbelt violations, nearly 200 crashes, and 6 felony arrests.
And happening today, the fight continues against Utah's Inland Port Authority. Protesters will gather this afternoon at the Salt Lake City and County building. They're demanding the Inland Port project be canceled immediately. The Inland Port plan will develop the northwest side of Salt Lake for a warehouse, distribution, and manufacturing. It's expected to increase traffic to that area. Protesters are demanding protection for the land and communities who they say will be disproportionately affected by the project, like people living on the west side of Salt Lake and members of the Native American tribes like the Ute, Goshoan, and Goshute tribes.
A Utah Highway Patrol trooper says he is lucky to be alive after he was hit by debris when a pickup truck rolled over the top of his cruiser on I-80. Trooper Riley Rugg was investigating an earlier accident near the Lambs Canyon exit on I-80 around 7:30 Sunday night. The driver of that truck was sitting inside the patrol car when a pickup truck hit a tow truck and launched into the air, rolling over the trooper's car.
We were standing in between my car and his tow truck when he initially showed up, and he told me that his company wasn't going to be able to get the trailer, so we were looking at the trailer, and that's why we walked down in front of my car, because the trailer was down in front of my vehicle. So not moments earlier, we were standing in between his truck and my vehicle. It's a miracle that we weren't hurt. Just a mile an hour or two difference in speed could have made the situation a lot different, better or worse. And so I'm just grateful that how it happened, that we weren't injured.
It's incredible. The woman driving the pickup was flown to the hospital in critical condition, while the man inside the UHP car suffered only minor injuries. We have an update for you on a 67-year-old man critically injured yesterday after being hit by a car in West Valley near 31st South and 52nd West. Police say the man was walking his dog when all of the drivers stopped for him, but a 26-year-old driver going did not. He hit the 67-year-old. The man driving the car stayed at the scene and is cooperating with police.
And the faces of millions of Utahns are being scanned by agents without your knowledge or consent. It's part of a bombshell report from the Washington Post, which states the FBI and ICE agents have been scanning your driver's license photo through facial recognition to look for suspects. A law professor at the University of Utah says this prompts privacy concerns for everyone.
I think it's more of, do people feel that this harms them in some way, or at least potentially harms them? Do people feel that their privacy is being violated? And if so, then it seems appropriate for the legislature to take action.
Now, one example is the Utah Department of Public Safety, which oversees the driver's license division. It says 1,900 requests were made by local and state agencies and not just federal law enforcement agencies. Only 49 of them were by ICE, and only 10% of those resulted in a positive hit.
New this morning, police are searching for 3 people who police say robbed a man at gunpoint while he was walking in his neighborhood near 1350 East and 42nd South in Mill Creek. The victim told police a black car, possibly a Honda, pulled up and pointed a gun at him, demanding his backpack. The man said 2 men, possibly Arabic, and a woman described as white were inside the car. He gave them his bag that had his phone inside. Police say they are trying to use that phone to locate the suspects. No one was injured, but again, police are searching for the 3 people involved in the robbery.
And we're now getting a better look at how the area is recovering, destroyed last summer during the Dollar Ridge fire. It burned nearly 70,000 acres near Strawberry Reservoir. Yesterday, wildlife officials toured some of the sage grouse areas for the first time since it burned. In the high elevation areas near Highway 40, you can still see burnt aspen trees and sagebrush. However, wildlife officials say the vegetation in that area is growing back naturally, all on its own.
I think recovery up here looks really good. Like you can see all around, this area burned. It's coming back nicely. The grass is looking good. The wildflowers are great. There are a few issues. We can see some thistles right here.
Now, wildlife officials say they'll likely focus on reseeding in other areas with erosion concerns, namely the hillsides near Strawberry River.
Firefighters responded to a fire near an NSA data center in Camp Williams yesterday evening. Officials say the flames spread about 10 acres when firefighters quickly put out the brush fire. Crews say it's a good thing the area isn't as dry, or the wind could have spread the flames a lot faster.
At this time of evening, usually you have a little bit more wind pick up through here, and where it was downhill, flames travel up, so it climbed the hill pretty quick. The wind helped it along.
Firefighters think the fire started at a small construction site nearby, but the official cause is still under investigation.
New overnight, a brush fire broke out in Holiday near 56 South and Wasatch Boulevard. That fire burned about 5 acres before firefighters put out the flames. It briefly shut down Wasatch Boulevard overnight for about an hour. Crews monitored hotspots throughout the night. No homes were damaged, and the cause of that fire is under investigation this morning. Right now, fires like this are keeping firefighters busy. Unified Fire Authority says they've responded to a brush or a wildfire nearly every day for the last month.
And with temperatures sticking in the mid to high 90s, it may only get worse. ABC4's Jason Nguyen is live in Holiday, the site of UFA's latest brush fire. Jason, firefighters say a lot of these fires are preventable.
That's exactly right, Rosie. A lot of the fires firefighters say that they had recently put out were due to fireworks. And fireworks, they're now illegal to set off until the 22nd in the state of Utah. Now, the U.S. Forest Service, it tells me that nearly 50% or over 50% of the fires that were started last year were caused by humans. And they say some of those were accidents, but many of them, they could have been prevented. They say if you're camping, just make sure that your campfire is completely out and not too hot to touch, because that's very important in wildfire prevention. Firefighters, they're also asking drivers to help out because they need to make sure that they don't park on tall grass, because that could start a fire, along with chains grinding on the ground. So they were asking drivers to make sure that their chains are off the ground while they're hauling trailers, and that their drivers and passengers are not flicking cigarettes out the car windows.
Summer progresses, people just need to stay safe with any open flames, sparks, things of that nature. Make sure they're calling us right away.
One thing firefighters are asking people not to do is fly drones around wildfires. Right now, there are 3 wildfires active in the state of Utah. The U.S. Forest Service says 44 different drones stopped 22 air operations. And Rosie and Brian, firefighters say that it is crucial that they have that air support, and that it actually puts firefighters in the air and on the ground trying to put these wildfires out in danger. I'm Jason Nguyen, live in Holiday, ABC4 News.
All right, thank you, Jason.
Yeah, I think there's just never enough reminders about people just avoiding those activities that can really spark those brush fires.
You know, one point to make here is we had red flag warnings for what we deem critical fire danger up yesterday. They're not in effect today. Still doesn't mean the fire danger isn't still what I'd say elevated. It's still very high, so be careful. Temperatures right now 50s and 60s here with the Wasatch Front. We're going to be looking at temperatures across the region. Also, kind of some 50s, 60s, cooler spots, some 40s. Salt Lake City, though, upper 80s with much more sun. It's going to feel like a hotter day, even though we still hit 89 with the clouds yesterday. It's hard for me to believe. St. George, your 7-day forecast, upper 90s today, but 100 to 105 the next few days after this in through the weekend. Salt Lake City, Wasatch Front, looking for even hotter days to come after today. Mid to upper 90s Wednesday, Thursday, hottest days yet. Little touch of humidity could come back too, and a slight chance of storms.
Well, quick check of your traffic before we let you go. I-15 here south end of the valley looks pretty good. Thanks for making us part of your morning.